Welcome back to the second day of the IIA Mumbai conference. Quick recap of what we did or what we heard yesterday. We started with the theme of audit never sleeps. And when we sort of decided on this theme, we internally debated that what kind of message it would give to the audience. And I think Burzin yesterday put it very aptly that it's our ability to stay relevant is what the message is and what we would like to share. And I think the speakers throughout the day sort of reinforced that in various ways, that we need to relook at our existing processes and practices and see how we can reinvent ourselves going forward. We started the day with a welcome address by Sunil and lighting the lamp by the ex-president of IIA chapters. Burzin introduced the topic of auditing strategically to bring credibility. He spoke about internal audit needs to do more and the mismatch or the gap between stakeholder expectations and what audit currently delivers. Mr. Arun Nanda spoke eloquently about the expectations the management has or the board has from the internal audit function. He spoke about not only that we need to have a good nose, we also need to be the eyes and ears of the company and the management. We need to be the conscious keeper of the organization. We need to uphold the core values and ethics. At the same time, we also need to be a friend, philosopher, and guide. And I think that point was very touching in terms of putting forward how internal audit can play a very interactive and a proactive role within the organization. We move to a session by Mr. P.R. Ramesh of Deloitte. He also very aptly said it's time for introspection. He told us the vulnerability the profession currently faces. He also urged us to pause, reflect, and introspect. He talked about certain headwinds. He said about technology. He said about disintermediation. He spoke about Uberization, crowdsourcing, emergence of paraprofessionals, cost-cutting, and commoditization. All these things are going to play a big role in the future. And as internal auditors, doing more of the same thing won't give us different results. So we really need to look at the evolving changes or the emerging changes that are happening and adapt suitably to stay relevant. The next session by none other than Nagesh about walking the talk. He explained to us that it's very important to know your customers and your stakeholders. It is very important to understand their expectations. He said it's extremely important, and this is a point that resonates with me very well, that you should know your business. You should really be able to have a discussion, have a conversation with the CEO and with the line management, and you can only do that when you know your business well. He spoke about what are the kinds of business knowledges that we need to have, what are the kind of internal audit capabilities we need to have. He spoke about the team, and as I stand here, all of us believe that we are only here because of our team. And without a good team, it is impossible to deliver the results to the expectation of the organization or the management. He talked about know your onions. He said, tailor your audits to the expectation or the kind of areas that you're looking at. Challenge your own models and be more efficient or lean in your auditing. He said, from his experience, that learn the hard way, create allies, protect IA talent. He spoke about smart auditors versus dumb auditors. He said, we need to protect our smart auditors. He said, look at the big picture. It is okay to lose the battle to win the war. He said, market audit in the organization. We, as a team, as an individual, we do our daily work. But are we good in marketing ourselves or marketing what good things the internal audit has done in the organization? We move to the section on IA India update done by Haresh, Bhaskar and Sunil. What came out or the learning from that was that maybe there is a lot of scope for communicating better of what IIA India and IIA Mumbai is doing. And all of us in the BOG take that point, and we have done certain things which Sunil in a later presentation will explain. However, there is much to be done, and we understand the expectations from us, and we will try to do more of the same in future. Post lunch break, we were jolted by the social media presentation. We thought we were safe about what data we had in our own mobile phones, but that turned out to be a false idea or a false impression. Shivangi told us about the landscape. It is not only Facebook or Twitter, it's a much larger landscape, including what the organization landscape is. He told us about how our data is used. Our data is used by the marketeers, selling that data to then sell back or bring back things to us. How our data is used by apps where knowingly or unknowingly, we give them permission to access our data, which can be used in various ways. Who owns the data? Who is responsible for data leakages? Who is accountable for it? These are questions I think we should go back and try to answer within the realms of our organization. She also spoke about the evolving regulatory framework. She said that what is written in law is what is written, but the spirit of law is much larger. And when we look at audit or when we look at reviewing these areas, we should also look at the spirit of the law and not be bound by only the letter of the law. She said, going forward, we should create awareness and assess our risks within each of our organization. The next session was on storytelling through data, a very interesting session by Shaleen from EY. He said, we should make our presentations memorable, relatable, and which leads to action. He said, facts get recorded, but stories get remembered. And that's a very, very powerful statement, because when you thread your output in a story form, I think the impact is much more. And many battles get won or lost through how you present, how you project your findings. And some of the data that he showed, some of the graphs that he showed were really, really thought-provoking and interesting. He said, we should break up our presentation into visual, which is showing, messaging, which is telling, and interactive, which is engaging. He said, it is essential to have content. Without content, visual will not help. But if you have content, then visual can really take it to a higher level. We ended the day with awards. For innovation, L&T won the award; for technology, Ambuja; and for productivity, HUL. We celebrate these awards every year. This is not only to acknowledge the good work or the brilliant work that has been done within the organizations, but it is also to enthuse each one of us to learn from them and to come back next year and aspire to be on this stage so that your organization or you as individuals can be recognized for the good work. Thank you very much.